Nah, 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 nah. Ben. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That so first Sauce, thank you for 5 more gifted. You've been incredibly kind to me this month. I don't know what to do other than get our asses. What are y'all doing? Oh my Lanta. Y'all dueling? Is this like a dueling banjos thing? Ben, Sauce. Okay, they're dueling. Ben gifted me 5. Sauce gifted me 5. Ben gifted me 5. Hitting. I'll have to get back to that. What is even happening? No, 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 dude. You even being here for Newsday means the world. How about this? If y'all want to gift any more, well, I guess you're already in it now. Dude, Ben, you're gonna have a homie crying here, dog. Y'all better stop. I gotta lock it in for Newsday. At least let's see how good the Newsday is this week and do it based on that. What is, dude? Other than shitting my pants, I'm fine. That's how I feel right now, Ellie. I mean, I don't even know how much y'all have gifted. We're in a level 8 hype train. What is okay? So thank y'all for real, for real, for real. Again, y'all being here, the raid Ben means the world. Um, like the raid is incredible. You being here, we're about to do Newsday. Uh, dude, thank you so much. I mean, you dropped a 20 bomb on your boy. You dropped a 20 bomb. So again, just Ben's just like, I'm just gonna start things off because I've got swagger for days. 5. Sauce was like, I see you. I'll go 5 for 5. Boom. Ben's like, here's 5 more. Sauce, got you. Here's 5 more. And then Ben was like, nah, I'm gonna end this now. Oh my Lanta. Okay, let me get my blazer and we're gonna do Newsday and thank you so much. Um Incredible. I mean incredible. I don't even know where I'm at. Like my previous, I think I'm double shattered my sub goal. Yo, Blue Jay, thank you for swinging in. Yo, you know what they need to do? Okay, you know how so there's emotes, right? If you sub, there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay, boom, tier 1 emotes. There's also an emotes if you gift bits, right? Like a streamer can have the 1 bit badge, whatever, the 500, 1,000, etc. And what's cool about the bits one is if like say somebody is given 1,000 bits in their channel, you always have that emote so long as the streamer has it enabled, right? Um, but anyways, last but not least, there should be like a gifted sub emote, like separate category of a couple of emotes that people get in a stream if they've gifted X amount. So like obviously you handsome gentlemen would have those. All right, let me get my blazer on. Hold on, 2 things needs to be established. One, did something else just pop off? Oh, Blue Jay, just thank you so much. 5 more gifted. The hype train has been extended. That makes 68 you've gifted now on the channel over the years. What a supporter. The best sister a brother can ask for. Need that Toy Story emote. I think I'm blind. Okay, yo, thank you so much. We're at a level 8 hype train. This is close to my record, I think. I don't even know. That's what I'm saying, Lux. Your boy's been getting sprinkled and showered. We've broke our previous we were at 82. I think our next sub goal was 90. We're past that. We're in the hundreds or something now. Wicked. Wait, did you do it? Hold on. I don't even know what's happened. Okay, let's lock it in. Who's here? Newsday. Newsday. But no music. This is real bright. Let me turn one of these off. Skirt, skirt. Okay, for this week, we got new ones. This one's from last week. Oh, by the way, new technique. I actually asked my doctor. He said it doesn't really like create pressure that well to do that, but it also isn't that big of a risk to try it. Boogers coming from behind your brain, though, sounds so satisfying. I love that. At 43 years old, I'm still discovering my body. That's so good. Okay, yo, so Lux, since we talked about this earlier on stream, or last night, I think it was last night, right? I'm going to start with it today. So we were talking about the Chicago Skyline. Thank you again, everyone who donated or gifted shares, subs. I can't even speak. I got a pack it up emote. Pack it up. Oh, that's cool. It's a little pixelated bear, and he's got the thing when you like leaving home. Okay. Hold on. We actually have one thing we got to do. We got to get lo-fi on. Thank you so much. You guys are trying to derail Newsday. Okay, here we go. All right, Chicago Skyline can be seen from Indiana Dunes 50 miles away. The Chicago skyline is visible from Indiana Dunes nearly 50 miles. On clear days, Earth's curvature and atmospheric refraction align just right to make this possible. And this is what we were talking about last night on Best in the World. That's a big claim, but this looks fire. Especially from this angle. Again, it makes it just look like a floating city. The sun in the background, so good. Look at that. That is so fire. That's probably my favorite. That literally looks like something out of like a sci-fi movie. Remember, it takes me a couple of these to get back in my bag. Yo. Glow-in-the-dark baseball, brothers and sisters. Glow-in-the-dark baseball. That looks so fun. Oh, that's sick at home plate. That's so dope. All right, let's see where we got next. Okay, Nintendo replicated Paul Rudd's 1991 Super Nintendo commercial for the Switch 2. So the top is the 1991 one, bottom Switch 2 for this year. I mean, he's barely aged. This is maybe the most I've ever noticed him age, to be honest. All right, next we have Badass. That's all I have it labeled. A 25-year-old West Point grad becomes first woman to complete Army's 3-day Best Ranger competition. Best Ranger has its first female finisher. Gabriella White and her teammate Seth completed the annual 3-day competition at Camp Roger in Fort Benning, Georgia last week, making White the first woman to compete and finish the intensive challenge. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Even before I hurt my knee, I definitely could not finish that. That's badass. Also crazy, it took to 2025 to get the first one, but hell yeah. Yo, thank you again, Ben and Sauce. I don't want to just dismiss that, but if I like, yeah, if I were to truly give you my gratitude, we'd be here all night. Because I'd have infinite gratitude for that. Literally speechless. All right, Childish Gambino bringing out Kendrick at Coachella in 2012. When brought out Kendrick Lamar, both of them. Oh, hold on. I got to remember to put the audio in the VODs. And I need help remembering to disable the audio in the VODs.
Got them reservations, man, the street just couldn't make it, man. I thought you would know better, nigga, get on my level. Yo, there's wine in the kitchen. Mikasa, Sukasa. Girl, why is you lying? Girl, why you Mufasa? Man, trying to understand what the problem is. You got spin the Josh and them about the places we go when I'm running these span and the God that I let you when I got to
it looks like he's on a pirate ship. All of the like wiring and stuff.
Yo, Kendrick Lamar.
That's so dope. It's crazy to think too, because of where Kendrick is now, and much because of Donald Glover's own choices. Like, he doesn't like to be in the limelight. He's a very like mystical kind of personality, but like where Kendrick is like huge. But yet it was Gambino bringing out Kendrick all this time ago. Yo, what up, Katie? So dope. Also, crazy how time flies. That it's remarkable that that was 13 years ago. Like I feel like Camp Fire, what is it called again? Camp from Childish Gambino just came out. Like it felt like it just came out. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the few that I have watched all of beforehand. I couldn't stop. Like when it just started and I was transfixed. Okay. HoodAnchorYe reporting live from Waffle House parking lot. Happy 404 weekend, y'all. I don't know if that's a medium, but I wouldn't know what to call that either. I mean, what do you do? Like, so you would think maybe, okay, that depending on how many people are in the car, right, you could potentially get in the front and try to lift it. Maybe one person in the back to pull once it gets. But honestly, I would be worried about messing up like my undercarriage, right? Like as that thing pivots and like you do that, because look how it's already right in the, the undercarriage. Injured in Atlanta, the Colbert Law Firm gets you paid. There are probably 3 people in the car. Detective work. Back on full. We need to get it back on 4 wheels. Yo, I put on a blazer for my news. He puts on a robe and PJ pants. There's levels to this, and clearly I have a way to go. Meet me at Magic tonight. Drinks on me. For those who don't know, Magic is Magic City. Famous, infamous, glorious, euphoric strip club in Atlanta. Meet me at Magic. Drinks on me. Yo, Ben and Sauce, y'all are, dude, incredible. All right, here we go. Middle finger to my haters. Well, I think the reporter summed it up perfectly at the beginning. He said it looks like people forgot that they were in drive and they went to reverse, and either there's not a good enough bumper there. Sometimes you'll hit your bumper on the little concrete stopper thing, and then you're like, oh shit, oh whew, honey, whoa, Anyways, what were you doing? I guess they either didn't have one or something. They didn't care. Also, what a time for me to pause it. Look at his eyes. Very funny. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Dude, no, this is great. Showing out my flat ass belly. Oh, no, that's an insane edit. That's incredible. What are we doing? Hold on. Wait. This. F y'all. That's so good. Oh, the music goes so ham with that. That is incredible. We also love Glorilla around here. So, let that be known. That's so funny. Ooh. Oh, so I enabled the audio and VODs, but then I quickly had to disable them because the first thing I watched after enabling them was the Childish Gambino one, and then now this, I'm just getting hit with music. So, again, remind me to disable it when we're all said and done, just in case. Dude, that's so. I gotta.
Middle finger to my haters.
The final edit. Oh.
Just lean back and make sure you got to show you a youngin' coffin.
Yeah, I can show you a youngin' coffin.
All you do is lean back and
Bottle pops off the Waitangi Bridge.
Make sure you got a big ass. I broke the last
Make sure
camera.
you got a big ass.
Waiting it. They call me Big E for a reason.
Oh, dude.
Straight fat.
Oh, that's a splash. Oh, and now I get it. Now I get it. Bottle pops. Bottle pops. I was thinking like champagne. No.
And that's how you do it, ladies.
Dude, that needs to be an Olympic sport. How far you can send the bottle. That's how you do it, ladies. The Riz is off the charts.
Yeah, I can show you young and coffin. All you do is lean back and make sure you got a big ass.
Just all you gotta do is lean back and make sure you got a fat ass.
The last camera.
How'd you do
I
that?
broke the last camera.
Waiting it. They call me Big E for a reason.
Nah. I missed that the first time. He broke the last camera from what? Wetting it. Too much splash. Oh, that's so good.
And that's how you do it, ladies.
Okay. Oh, we need more of this content after bottle popping off the Waitangi Bridge. Yeah, that's incredible and something I need more of. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, this is not bottle popping. This is popping a Manu, which sounds like it's like not a belly flop, but when you just like cannonball. That's what I'm looking for. Yo, apparently just jumping off this bridge is just cool. Like the government doesn't mind. I guess maybe. I wonder if you can do this year round. Oh, bro, my sphincter just evaporated before my eyes. The pain. That last one was so unnecessary, but we gotta watch it again. Dude. Yo. Dude. Right on the, like, tailbone sphincter space, dude. No thanks. See, he went kind of corkscrew. Classic, good, very good form. We love the technique. I mean, look at that. That's money, right? We're cool with that. What is this other psychopath doing? No, he deliberately tucks his legs for maximum gooch velocity. Well, but what about popping bottles? Bottle popping. No. New Zealand. We need that as a sport. Was this the... Okay, maybe they don't do it normally. That guy is just a pioneer. This dude's just a pioneer. He's just built different. I'm sad. I need that as a full-fledged sport. Not even gonna lie.
For a reason.
Straight fat.
I mean, we saw in the other video, it's a decent... I mean, it's not a high bridge, which is probably why the government and stuff lets them jump off of it so freely. It's not that high, but it's high enough. That bottle clears it by like 10 feet. Just absolute pop.
And that's how you do it, ladies.
I still need to know more about that. All right, next one. Kid Genius? No, we have two Kid Geniuses. This is Kid Genius 1.
Jazz festival in Rye, and I got really inspired to play some jazz. Thelonious Monk.
Marcus. Oh, first off, anything with old Baptiste, Sir Baptiste, I'm about. He's so dope. I need to reach this dog's level of steez. The fuck. The people may hate it, but that is peak male athlete. Lux, that could not have been better said. Could not have been better said. All right, I love John Baptiste. Marcus's composition Blue Haze, inspired by... By Australia's Blue Mountains.
Davis, John Baptiste, people like that.
Well, I know him.
I love the fact that you're free and I can really put all my emotions into piano whenever I'm playing. It's just a sense of home, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know exactly what you mean.
Wow.
Okay, that's fire. Yo, can you find this on like Apple Music? This is incredible. Blue Haze. Marcus Bunton Trio, Miles Davis. That says Marcus. Question mark? 2024. Is this the same? Okay, we'll look up that in a minute.
Wow.
Get the feeling that he's not looking at it analytically, he just feels it.
That's the beauty of jazz.
Yeah.
When you're talking about
let's
things,
be real. He's what? 13? I'd hope he's not looking at it analytically and he's just doing it for fun.
that don't have words.
Yo, this kid's fire.
Come on. Play.
You know you're good when you got Baptiste like that. Although Baptiste is such a good, like, he's so wholesome and always showing love.
Owning it like a musician who's in his 30s, who's done this for 20 years.
That's an old soul right there.
Thank you so much.
That's pretty sick. All right, next. Cradleytown FC challenged their squad to bring their kit in with anything but a kit bag. Like basically bring in your jersey and your cleats and all of that, right? Your shin pads, but not in like a normal bag you would.
Hopefully they're on the beach.
Oh, like a little jewelry box. It's a gardening watering can. That's it. Wow, innovative.
That's even worse.
A microwave. No.
Half washed it.
I mean, that's kind of cheating. Just put it in a laundry bin, a hamper. The microwave is elite. That's funny. Oh, the microwave, easy. What is that? Is this like a bird cage? A lantern? I have no idea.
All right.
Also cheating, kind of.
They booked a fucking all-inclusive hotel and that man, there's 17 of us. Man, got the list.
It's like a cricket helmet.
The phones keep five for the house.
Come on, Shaq.
What is that? A bassinet, I think?
Come on, Shaka. Come on, mate. Nice picture of Shaka.
A cooler, that's a good shout.
Get all the pictures in there.
That might win. That might win. Wheelbarrow is pretty good. Well, the microwave's up there for sure. The grill is up there. Watering can guy is up there. But this float might be the pick of the litter.
We'll get it in, kid.
This is hilarious. Like, look how goofy it all looks in the locker room. The changing room. The microwave. The coolers. Again, some of them kind of cheated. The little, like, shelving unit, the hampers and stuff. Easy peasy, that. Not even count. That's great. I love that. Okay, next up. Let me see what we have in chat as well. Oh, I don't like the start of this. Microwave Man wins. I agree. Watch this liquid robot shapeshift. Researchers at Seoul National University in South Korea have created a liquid particle composite. It's like the nanites from Marvel, or more relevantly, Big Hero 6, dude. This is how we get Baymax. Liquid particle composite called a particle armored liquid robot, PB, can deform, engulf, that's spooky, and merge without losing its structural integrity, enabling it to perform functions that are difficult for rigid robots, according to some of the researchers. The PB is an important, Hyobin Jeon. I mean, I don't want to butcher it, but I also want them to get the credit they deserve. The PB is an important step toward miniature machines that behave more like cells, the researchers say, with potential, symbiotes and nanites. We get it. Spooky. This particle armored light robot can deform, engulf, and merge. Super hydrophobic particles. Notice how it just came out of the water like that. That's mad creepy. What'd you say, Lux? You've seen this? Yeah, this is dope. I have not seen this. I've seen like kind of similar like nanite things elsewhere, but not this particular version. Or not even looking like this. The other ones look much more, like carbon fiber metallic, right? And then like they're clanky, like as in they magnetize together and do that. This keeps it stable as it deforms. Okay. 5 times faster than real time. Symbiote. Tumor cell destruction and drug delivery. Now that's W for now. Yo, I think they intentionally had like some kind of sinister music there at the end, because they wanted to be like, yeah, this is cool, and if it's all used well, hell yeah. But also Venom? Question mark. This might just be the greatest interview of all time. There is nothing that can prepare you for when they cut to the interview. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what I just read, because I have not seen this video. This commenter says, my brain short-circuited. I heard everything they said, but understood none of it.
This is recounting some of the drama that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast this afternoon.
Sunshine Coast, with that accent. We're in Australia? Although it says, at the top right, it says Archbishop of Banterbury. That's like Canterbury, England. But then it says Queensland.
Sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
Okay, we have a wreck. A car went tumbling off the road. They're trying to find the gunman who was in the car.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum.
Whoa. It's okay. Okay, they're identical twins. That's one thing, but...
And he went up there and he was coming back down towards us. And he goes, run, he's got a gun.
Okay, is this a bit? Are they intentionally trying to speak in unison? They even, one of them like hesitated to potentially, seemingly harmonize with each other. Regardless of that, them synchronized. I said, run, he's got a gun.
Oh, our heart started to pound, and I said, well, Mum, where's Mum? And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum...
Are they conjoined?
Are you all right? Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help. And Mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush behind the fence. And the guy goes to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you. All I was thinking about when we were running.
That's, by the way, that's nothing with my computer giving you double audio. That's them.
I hope he doesn't fire. Yeah,
I get the comment now. I heard everything they said, but understood none of it.
So blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there, and we were past our
when you
driveway. Yeah. You don't think of all of that at the time.
It's almost like, you know what I think? I think that maybe something to do with how their upbringing, the silence, right? They cannot. I don't think they can do silence. So like the moment that one of them starts talking, and they both kind of had like planned what they were gonna say. Like if you see a code, like you know what I mean. Like if you see something like this, a car wreck, a hit and run, or anything like this, you kind of prepare what you're gonna say. And it's almost like, because they're, for a lot of it, they're not talking at the same time. That was just briefly. It's almost like they hate the silence. And so the moment one of them hesitates, the other one feels like they need to jump in. But then the initial one picks back up what they, you know what I mean? Because at the end here, they're saying all different sorts of things, but it's immediately in the vacuum of the other one talking.
No, you just run for your safety.
No, you can't be doing this on Steve Irwin Lane. Facts. That got lost in the car wreck and the gunman. You gotta run. He's got a gun. That's hilarious. Yeah, I kind of want to play it back to see if I understood more of it a second viewing. But at the same time, brain hurt good. Brain hurt lot good. That was wicked. Again, I'm not sure. The comment of the guy, or there is nothing that can prepare you for when they cut to the interview, is so real. Yo, I appreciate you being here, Lux. It's always funner when someone's in chat and like in feedback. Everyone has a world inside. Thank you, teachers. My poetry prompts are all okay. Wow, a teacher just told me I gave one of my second grade dyslexic students your nature poetry prompt. He is reluctant to write because of challenges with spelling, but I suspect he's gifted. I told him just to write and we'd sort out the spelling later. This is what he wrote. Mammoths and ants. Look at the fragile mushrooms. Nothing misspelled at all. Even mammoths and ants is good. Look at the fragile mushrooms. Look at the black widow. Pause with me a moment and hear the cicadas humming. Cicadas? Here. Pause with me a moment and hear the cicadas humming. Here is where I'm home among the... Wait, what? Oh. Here is where I'm home among the mammoth redwoods. Dude, this kid is good. Wait, we already... Okay. Okay. Now, writing can be, all art is subjective, and writing this and that, but imagery should be involved in all art, and he's phenomenal at it already. Look at the fragile mushrooms. I mean, immediately we're in a setting, right? Boom. Where will we see fragile mushrooms? Look at the Black Widow. Narrowed it down even more. Okay. Now it's also telling you to like find, almost like stop and smell the roses, right? Like, let's look at the small stuff. Pause with, then he just in case you didn't know, like couldn't get there, pause with me a moment and hear the cicadas humming. Again, stop, let's smell the roses, let's enjoy, be in the present, right? Here is where I'm home. So he's now saying that he's like a nature kid, even though he's young, I'm probably going to be a hiker kind, among the mammoth redwoods. Now we've got scale, but we started in the minutia. So fire. Okay, when I was lost, okay, a little young for, that's sad. The ants absorbed me. That's real and true. Calling me to the smallness of earth. Dude, going back to the look at the Black Widow. And there I heard the song of silence. Come with me through the minuscule. What did I say? The minutia? Listen, the cicadas are humming. Bro, that's incredible. See, okay, I think the comments are good. I see one good one. This kid is a genius. Bro, no, real talk. I'm not even trying to gas him up because it's a good story. Like, I mean, within 2 lines, you're already, boom, there. Then the pause with me a moment. Calling me to the smallness of earth. There I heard the song of silence. Yo, high key, that's absolutely fire. Now I feel bad about doing the poetry thing as a gift to you guys as like a reward because it's not going to be nearly as good as this kid. Nearly as good. All right, let's see what we got next. Dude, that's so truly so good.
Real thing.
Okay, hold on, let me catch up. I lost brain cells. Nah, this reminds me of the cutest thing happened the other day. Someone walked up to me and said they struggle with social anxiety and wanted to try to have a conversation. Dude, okay, I already love that. I hope you were warm and embracing, kind of very pliable, and wanted to try to have it without stuttering. Even though I was late for class, I talked with dude. Incredible, Lux. Incredible. I don't doubt that for a second. You definitely seem like that kind. Love that. All right, let's see what we got. It's tough for all parents to watch your child try so hard to do something, but they simply just aren't ready for it yet. It's an accomplishment that the entire family desire for Bubba, but in due time, he will be ready. It's important he understands failure, though, because that's more common in life than success. True. But as long as he doesn't give up, he will be great. God placed a special purpose for his life, and he is equipped to fulfill it all.
Hey, this ain't a cushion. This ain't gonna move. We gotta get up, step up, keep pushing.
Okay.
All right?
Get up, step up.
Keep pushing. Let's get it. Step. Don't be afraid to step. There you go. Uh-huh. There you go.
Okay.
Let's lift up. Push. Let's go. See, you trying to do it one side. It's that big one, so you gotta lean far back. I don't know where you created that.
Okay.
I don't know where you created this. That's not how we got on it the first time, is it? We picked it up, both arms, and we pushed with both arms. Two arms are stronger than one. So you gotta pick it up with both. Stop doing this twist. Keep your legs even, push straight ahead. That's the only way we gonna have a chance.
Love the patience and the tone. Oh no,
That's the only way
the tone is underrated in moments like this.
We'll have a chance.
Like the volume, the tone as in like the volume.
There you go. Lean back. Trust me.
Lean back.
Let her go. Yeah, let her
Atta
go.
boy.
Push. Push.
Nice.
See?
Ooh, this next part's gonna be trippy though.
That's how it will work. Now you finish. Don't let it fall back. All the way up here. That's the only way. You cannot get it halfway. Stop lowering yourself. Push. Be straight. Swing your whole body. Get that right foot on here. Come on. Swing.
Okay, well, we definitely understand where the kid developed the swinging technique in the first half is because the second half of the process, you gotta swing.
Right side. Yeah.
The problem is he was just doing it in the first half when he didn't need it.
Yes.
Atta
Now
boy.
push. Push.
It's
Yeah.
gotta be hard.
Push with this. Get that left up here. Push off here. Push
Don't
off here.
scuff his J's.
Yeah.
Look at the sister eager. That's so dope.
There you go. Just put it right here. Put it right here. Quick. 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 Push. 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 Right here.
Yes,
Get it
sir.
up there.
Yes,
Get it up
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
Get it up there. Push.
Yes, sir.
Push.
You gotta want it. Oh, Dad had to help a little bit, but you're getting the technique.
That's all
Oh,
right. That's a credit. Hey, that's gonna be one we gotta work on. They big, dog. Them curves is big. That's a good.
also why accessibility is so important, and why if any neighborhood you see where they have the little ramp offs and the curve offs and the smoothings for moments like this. But also this is great. The patience, he's gonna need to develop some, strength, but those arms are gonna be yoked.
Good try though. That's a good try. We'll try it again next time. All right. You got nothing to feel bad about. Be like that.
Dude, the sister started to get like in it, dude. She was like, she thought he had it.
We lost the first time on the last one too, and then we got it, didn't we? We'll get it. We'll be all right.
Who's spraying water in my eyes? Yeah, I love the dad's patience, and some be like, why is you recording it for points? But it's like he's probably recording it because he wants to see the progress, and then probably one particular rep was worth sharing. If only to just like remind other people who are going through this as like the family that they're not alone, that patience is important, and the tone and all of that. Dude, super dope. Love that. I need an update. I'm gonna try to check in on this and see if there's an update on little man. Yo, what up, Exit? All right, we got something about coral reefs, I think, coming up.
So
right, let me refresh it.
Underwater Speaker is playing a song that's bringing coral reefs back to life. Can you guess what song it is? So basically,
Africa by Toto.
Healthy coral reefs are full of sounds from all the wonderful marine life in them, and these sounds attract young fish and coral larvae. But when reefs are damaged, they go silent. So scientists worked out that if they played the sounds of healthy reefs near damaged ones, it actually tricked fish and coral larvae.
That's so fire. Okay, I changed my mind about the gorilla thing. We can 100% beat his ass because we are great and we think good. We think oh so well. What are you saying? Hold on. Tried to hop on earlier, but my Twitch wouldn't load.
Into returning to these areas, and it actually worked. In the Caribbean, they placed coral larvae on underwater speakers playing reef sounds and compared it to a control group nearby with no sound. They found that coral exposed to healthy reef sounds settled 70% more often, and in some spots up to 700% more. Coral reefs are among the most biodiverse habitats on the planet, but over the last 30 years, 25% of them have vanished and many more are in poor health. So simple solutions like this could help us initiate and accelerate reef recoveries. Tap like if you're a fan of this idea and follow for more solutions.
I love that. Let's see what this passage says. This underwater speaker is playing. Okay, we read that. Yeah. Dude, that is super dope. Hold on. Ooh, I messed up. No.
Turns into a sphere.
So, day 5 of kicking a rock till it turns into a sphere. It started out at 878.
Today we started at 878 grams. And I'm including most.
Yo, I've kicked rocks as a kid, even as an adult. Sometimes for a while. I can honestly say I've never once thought of kicking it until it got into like a perfect ball, but I'm super jealous that I hadn't, and now I want to. I wish my knee wasn't all bummed. This looks so satisfying, like watching erosion happen before your eyes.
To the audio of kick.
It's like, you know, like people who mold clay and stuff, and I'm sure that gets satisfying when you start smoothing it out or like doing, you know, pottery work and stuff, ceramics. But, dude, doing that while kicking a rock, oh, so satisfying.
And special treat, I'm not showing all the kicks quickly, I'm showing just a few special ones. And boy, were there some fun kicks today. I was really
proud. The voice is a little. This dude is a serial killer for sure. He started this hobby kicking a head down the neighborhood until the neighbor Sally noticed, and then he was like, that's a little too dangerous. It's also alarming. Sally never noticed, but let's switch to something else. But he goes, there was some very exciting kicks today.
With how the rock did.
Yeah, that is a launch. So I think here's the thing. If you go through a city, most cities in America especially, if you're doing this, even down the sidewalk, I guess some cities like Chicago or New York, the big ones, people are like, what the hell? You might even get cops called. Most like Main Street America, you could do this for a while and you wouldn't even really probably even come close to impeding or being inconsiderate to anyone else. With that said, I do think there's a semblance of like, you should probably try to keep it a little close to you. Like the moment you start kicking it 15, 20 feet, that's when people are like, yo, what the hell? This isn't you trying to get a rock into a sphere. You're just trying to break something.
Look at that kick. Oof.
Look at that kick. Whoa.
Nice. You're going to want to see this one. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. That was a bad kick. That was a real bad kick.
Cheater.
How many grams do you think we're going to end today? Will we be down to 450? I had to kick the rock for 38 minutes because of all your guys' comments. I didn't count some of the ones from one guy who just commented a bunch of words over and over again. That was a nice kick.
That was a nice
kick. Make sure you look both ways.
W comms. Make sure you look both ways.
Crossing the road. It's important. You don't want the rock to get run over.
That's why you watch. That's why you look both ways. Protect the rock. Hashtag protect the rock.
So tell him to look both ways too. There are a lot of people who watched me kick today. There was one where I said hello to the woman at.
Yo, Wow, am I the best or am I the best? What he just kicked The Rock into is exactly the kind of thing that the blue car at the Waffle House in Atlanta really needed in front when they accidentally had their car in drive still. What? I'm talking about Ouroborosing ourselves. There's coming full circle. There's, sometimes you got to bookend stuff. There's burying the lead. And then there's just Ouroboros and yourself. I'm an infinite loop of stuff.
At the bus stop. But somehow I forgot, I wasn't recording that kick, even though I thought it was. That was a dangerous kick. I could have broken one of those tiles.
Agreed.
Landlord wouldn't have been happy.
What are you doing?
That. Let's see how much this bad boy weighs.
What did he start at? Oh,
The Rock, what are you at?
He lost 30. What was it? 868. So he lost. That's a lot of kicking. Yo, speaking of The Rock, hold on. I know this isn't part of Newsday, but I saw a movie trailer today. What's it for? Damn, it's an A24 movie, Rock movie, and it actually looks good. I kind of say facetiously, but not facetiously. This might be a role? Dare I say it? Someone clip it, and it's either going to be a really bad, hot, a take that did not. It's aged like milk, or I'm going to be a genius. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson might be nominated for an Oscar come 9 months from now. I'm not even kidding. Hold on. Where's the good trailer? Hold on. This is not it. The Smashing Machine. That's it. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Dude, peep this if you haven't seen it already. So good. Literally looks like a dope role.
How did that happen?
Yeah. By the way, without doing anything else, that's The Rock. Hold on. Ooh. That's the freaking Rock in front of us here. Hold on, let me catch up on chat first. We got to save the reefs, man. I want to see them before I die. Same. I've never been scuba diving, but I wanted to go so bad. I want to go so bad. Did you ever figure out what was wrong with your knee? Not entirely. Still, yeah. Well, I'll tell you about it off stream. A lot of it's about the not having insurance and how expensive everything gets. Make sure you go on a walk. Yeah, agreed. I mold rocks, or you lose it. Sounds good, Sauce. What are you gonna do today? Kick rocks? No. Try to make a sphere. All right. Anyways, look at this. Looks so good.
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
We finally got our hands on A24's The Smashing Machine starring Dwayne Johnson.
Damn it.
The film is highly anticipated
We just want a
considering
freaking
The Rock
trailer.
has become known for blood.
Here we go.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How did that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kirk?
The end is near.
Oh, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
So I think
I gotta say though, I love Frank Sinatra. Love Frank Sinatra. But we use My Way. We use My Way in too much entertainment, like TV shows, movies, movie trailers. We use My Way too much.
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his octagon debut,
Ooh, what's her name? Emily Blunt.
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like?
No.
They're handing them out like candy.
Like candy?
Let's all get in. Let's all, everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
Yes, there were times I'm sure
Oh, see, I knew that was going to be the Gravitron.
To crown the greatest fighter in the world.
Oh, was that BJ Penn?
Fighter in the world.
Not like I thought the tape, the thing on the wall said BJ Penn. It did not.
He has come back from the brink. Let's this Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world.
I can't even see what it says.
He has come back from the brink. Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman.
Have you spoken to either about fighting such a good friend for a life-changing amount of money?
I just need you to let me in.
Always about you. Only about fighting you.
Now, on one hand, is The Rock still playing like somebody who is all about combat and his strength and muscles and whatnot? Yes. But man, does it look like he's got the character, the role has dynamism and range to it. Well, whether he delivers it throughout the movie, we'll see. But it looks suited for him. Like, this is a good role.
Fucking go. Big strong man, I love you.
Think he wants your autograph?
Sure, no problem. No fighting.
Looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. All right, we got a couple more to wrap up Newsday for this glorious Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. So earlier I said I had two Kid Geniuses. Kid Genius 1, Kid Genius 2. This is Kid Genius 2. Ten-year-old kid, what did it say? 10-year-old kid can't believe that he beat a grandmaster, so he keeps double checking. At a certain point, you almost like, oh, yeah, you fucking won, kid. Shut up, we get it. And the kid's like, no, I don't know. But you're like, you think he's just being toxic as hell. It's like, yeah, cool, brother, we get it. You beat me, congrats. But then that, you're like, okay, kid really meant it. That's cool.
Morning, a terrifying.
Residents of Rockport, Massachusetts were in search of a menace who was leaving car windows cracked.
Menace is shaking the residents of tranquil Rockport, Massachusetts to their core, leaving destruction.
People are going to be like, wait, I thought this was Newsday. News that doesn't make you blue. This is sad. People's cars getting broken into.
Like this in his wake.
He's taking out all our mirrors in town.
He's making the rounds. He's definitely a vandal.
Could it be a masked bandit?
Good morning, señorita.
Or a criminal mastermind?
And we hold the world ransom for $1 million.
Damn, that's how old this movie is. He does say 1 million. Now that would be chump change. Honestly, it was kind of chump change even back then, but
So the menace in our community is a pileated woodpecker.
Janelle Favalora was the first one in the seaport.
Look at this bobblehead. Hell yeah, dude, America. I need me like a Delta Force, a Nate. Wait, seriously, hold on. I don't, again, and we sometimes pivot to go deeper than we mean, but real talk. How cool would that, like, why don't we have Funko Pops and bobbleheads? And the other day in stream I was talking about, when I was in college, we had a fat head. I think they still do fat heads, but you know they're the big, like you would get we had one of Josh Hamilton, the baseball player from the Texas Rangers. So it was like the size of like a wall, and they're in different stances. They're badass, fat heads, right? Why don't we have those kind of things for our military? Now, I know you do get into a slippery slope of like, with too much militarism, it leads to fascism, and we don't need to get into all that. But there is, like, just, it doesn't need to be a specific one because you don't want to leak their information. Like, it's not going to be a bobblehead of a particular, like, lieutenant colonel, but like Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Delta Force, just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would hurt to potentially have kids wanting to aspire to be like a Navy SEAL, right? Like, I think that's a badass thing to aspire to be. Now we can, again, do we talk about what wars they get sent into and what proxy war, and are they trying to do a coup in Chile, right? Like, but I know that's more CIA, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, not to get too deep, this is cool. We need more things that, like, people be like, damn, or like even trading cards, like badass, legendary military people in American history or whatever. Each country can do their own or whatever. And it's like, you would get a George Washington card. You might get obviously a Patton or a Eisenhower, Montgomery if you were in England.
For town to recognize the criminal's handiwork. Posting to a neighborhood alert on her Facebook page, there has been a vandal breaking vehicle mirrors. He's described as 18 to 24 inches tall.
Woodpeckers are my arch enemies. Why? Because they wake you up early?
Wearing black and white and a red hat. Turns out this little guy's the suspect.
At first, when it happened to our own work truck, I blamed it on my husband. Then he blamed it on our son.
But it was this piloted...
She blamed on the husband blamed on the son. Classic, dude. A story as old as time.
That was just looking for love, much like our friend Woody.
She's here, right on time. Why, hello there, Winnie.
It seems he saw himself reflected in the car mirrors and mistook his reflection for a rival, causing him to peck it out.
Dude, square up! Square up! That's a great story. I also love how, like, I quickly remembered, because I saw the woodpecker comment thing, but I was like, wait, surely I didn't have, like, an actual story in Newsday that's, like, breaking in and stuff. Okay, this is cool. This one I did watch all of. Sorry. Park. After receiving a spot on Time Magazine's World's Greatest Places of 2025, Macon in Georgia, Ocmulgee Mounds is in the limelight. A new bill proposes to expand the park's footprint and designate it as a national park, which would be co-managed by the native Muskogee Nation. That's fire, which is a sub-branch of the Creek. A citizen of the tribe, Tracy Revis, tells the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Fraser Jones, how this unique arrangement will keep the land in indigenous hands and preserve its history.
So naturally, I came to Macon to visit the famous Ocmulgee Mounds National Historical Park for the first time.
I remember not only learning about these in school, we took a field trip to these in school for 4-H. I freaking hate Macon.
It's an awe-inspiring field trip in 2nd grade to marvel at the mounds.
I don't like how close the parking lot is to the mound itself. That seems a little too close, but...
You may have heard of Ocmulgee in recent weeks after it landed a coveted spot on Time Magazine's World's Greatest Places of 2025 list.
The Peach State may have been the fourth to ratify the Constitution in 1788. We were the fourth, even though we were like the 10th colony, we were the fourth to ratify the Constitution, and we were the first to have a state chartered university. Many people don't know that. University of Georgia is the oldest state chartered school in the country. I wanted to read the rest of that.
Unlike some other relatively new attractions on the list, this site has over 17,000 years of continuous human habitation and is home to the largest archaeological excavation in American history.
Damn.
While this has been a national historical park for the past 6 years, a new bill proposes that the park footprint would cover up to 20,000 acres and receive a new designation as a national park. The bill, which Congress is expected to vote on this year, would also allow for the Muskogee Creek Nation, whose people were forcibly removed from their ancestral lands in the 1830s, to co-manage the park.
What we are seeking in this park in the current legislation is that the Muskogee Creek Nation can come back and have a larger voice in this, to talk about land management, species management, to bring our resources.
Hey, they just showed a woodpecker. You gotta be careful, watch your windows.
To help with the storytelling, to elevate what's really here. We are the first removed tribe to come back and seek this bigger level in management for our park.
After entering the park for free, you can walk through the reconstructed Earth Lodge or check out 2,000 artifacts here in the Visitor Center.
People don't want anyone to go dig up their family. We don't want anyone to dig up our family and our artifacts either. And so bringing the tribe back into this really helps us put the culture back in it, put the stories back in, and creates a healing in the land.
So W. So, I can't even speak. So dope. That's a W. There it is. I love that. Okay, this one's from Draft Night. Even if I wanted to avoid seeing all of this, I couldn't because I kept seeing it on my sports feeds. But so can't help but feel good for Maxwell Hairston. He is a linebacker out of the University of Kentucky. He did eventually get drafted himself in the first round. He's a very good player. I think he went to the Bills. But what was really cool is because you know how all the draft prospects are in like this big gold room or whatever it's called that they all wait for, and a lot of them might know each other, whether it's from high school quarterback camps or whatever, right? 7-on-7 elite drills, school, anyways. But he was just a very wholesome, like now he didn't expect to be a top 5 pick or top 10, so it wasn't like he was expected to get picked. Someone else got picked and he was being very nice to them. I'm not trying to demean, I'm just trying to put in perspective. It wasn't like he was getting shafted and still being very wholesome, but it was still nice to see him do this for everyone. Some of these people he absolutely would have never talked to before ever, presumably. So I think that's dope. Yo, what is this song, Lux? I feel like you know the name of this song. I'm surprised you don't request it in cells all the time. Damn, I forgot. He was also the guy who got picked by the dude in the wheelchair, who in and of itself was a very touching moment. God, that's so fire. Yo, plus his fit. Given he went to the University of Kentucky, which is blue and white, that's a fit and a half. All right, we got a couple more. I thought I had picked too many. Remember, I had gotten to a point where these news days were starting to last an hour and a half. And I felt bad because I'm taking too much of y'all's time for those who are supporting throughout the whole thing. And then I started to bring it back down closer to 45 minutes. But the last 2 weeks, we've ballooned over an hour. So I need to start preemptively picking a set amount. Okay, boom, boom. Let me see what y'all are saying. We got another draft one. This was sick. Fastest 40 in the combine. Dang. Who was? Maxwell Hairston? Out of what? Linebackers? Defenders? I don't think out of everyone. No. You're thinking of Matthew Golden, right? The receiver out of Texas? He's the one who had the fastest. Or are you talking about out of linebackers or out of defenders? Okay, it said in the video you played. Did I? Oh, my bad. Shit. Oh, I don't remember what it was. Yeah, he's dope. He's very much. He played incredibly well against Georgia. No, it certainly wouldn't have been. I doubt it. Like if he was a middle linebacker who ran the fastest in the 40 this year, he would have been a top 5 pick probably. The fastest 40 this year, I believe, was Matthew Golden from Texas, the receiver, and maybe. What you saw was when Maxwell, the linebacker from Kentucky, who was being wholesome, he was hugging Matthew Golden when Golden got picked, I think. But all right. So if you watch one call video, watch this one.
Hello.
Demetrius.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Coach?
Yo, this is a good pickup. This is Demetrius Knight from South Carolina, I believe. Never mind, I thought I could see the tag.
I appreciate you, Coach. Yes, sir.
Awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Fired up for unbelievable things about you. Loved you during this process. You're going to make a huge impact for us. I'm fired up.
Yes, sir. You got a good one, Coach. You got a good one, Coach.
I know we did. I know we did. All right, man. Hey, enjoy the family. We're going to call you back here shortly, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, Demetrius.
Dude, that's good. You got a good one, Coach. That one's got me choked up. See, okay, I was already saying this, but this just verified it. I think this year's draft was one of the worst I can remember in terms of the coverage and the production out of ESPN. Now, here's the worst part. I haven't seen anything yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if numbers-wise, metrics-wise, we're going to see all these graphics on Instagram and stuff talking about how this was the most viewed draft ever. And we're going to see one of those ESPN ones that it's like across the Disney Channel of networks. So ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus, etc. Right? Across the Disney Channel of networks, it got this view, which is over 180% better than all of this. It's going to be like, yeah, thumb us up, thumb us so good. But that's just because it's on more platforms than it's ever been, right? Because every single year, everything about the NFL scales up. It just keeps growing, even though it's already a massive enterprise, right? It just keeps getting bigger, and there's more and more now. You know, Prime, and like all of these different streaming services are getting onto it. So what's frustrating is they're going to be like, "Oh, we nailed it," because the metrics are going to say that. But the metrics were always going to say that. I think that this one was one of the worst because, like, for example, one of the memes I've seen a lot of, and I might have this as one of the Newsday. Never mind. Is Cam Ward, who was the first overall draft pick. When he got called, he had a really emotional moment. He cried and like tears, and it was, you know. Now, we don't want to watch everyone's bawling for 3 hours, but the thing is, ESPN in that moment, they spent more time talking about Shadur Sanders and what he was or wasn't going to get drafted than they did actually like highlight. Because one of the best parts of the draft, yes, as a fan of your team, it's the hope and the, you know, being able to get the like next superstar, and maybe you get somebody out of your favorite college. So as a team, or as a fan of the sport and your team, you want the draft for the hope that the player brings. The other best part about the draft is stories like this. Yes, it's a little different in the NIL world. I saw a thing where Quinn Ewers, the quarterback of Texas, right, back in January before he declared for the draft, he could have taken an NIL offer and gone to a different university for a reported $8 million. He turned that down to go to the draft. He ultimately got drafted way late, and his rumored contract, like his wage, his salary this upcoming year is going to be $800,000. So he gave up $8 million, and he's now going to be $800,000. Now, a lot of Texas Longhorns would love the loyalty. Quinn wanted to go challenge himself in the NFL. He's already made way more money than a 21-year-old would need from the past 2 years in NIL. I bring that up because NIL does water down these moments a little bit. But for a lot of players who aren't making millions in their NIL deals, it's still life-changing money, and it's a life-changing moment for their families. And I just wish ESPN showcased these more. Like, they got more caught up in the gossip and what didn't happen and this and that than phenomenal stories like this.
With the 49th pick in the draft for the 2000.
By the way, I know I go in spills, but like that's kind of part of this whole thing, right? Like, this isn't just me showing y'all things, and like I could walk away and just pull up that video on YouTube, you know, the account that's like the daily dose of the internet. But that robs of my own organic like thoughts and twists to these kind of things.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Demetrius.
That's so dope. I love that. Yo, Exit, you're going to love this next one. I had to include it. Is it really an article for Newsday? Probably not. But who cares? Because we're Premier League champions, baby. Great shout. He did. Keep in mind, I am a Georgia fan, but I'm still a South Carolina fan. I'd even say that I'm a South Carolina athletics program fan. Like, I root for Carolina's basketball teams and baseball teams and stuff more than I do Georgia's. But I'm a Georgia football fan, mainly because I went I've been to more Carolina baseball games than I have Georgia, even though I was a student at Georgia. And so that's kind of part of where it still lands. But so when Exit says sealed it for us, that's kind of why he's referring, because I grew up a South Carolina fan first too. He was, dude. Dude, I can't wait to see LaNorris Sellers, bro. If he can stay healthy, that kid is going to ball. He could be a legitimate Heisman contender. Was a playmaker all year. Oh my God, you need to see the video of Cam Ward's dad talking to him before he got drafted. I teared up. Okay, yo, go link it. Can you you won't miss anything. All we're gonna watch for the next minute is this. It's Liverpool's little "You'll Never Walk Alone." If you can get a link for that to me and drop it in chat, that'd be great. Because it'd be a nice follow up to my little spiel about Cam Ward and how ESPN was too busy about the negative stuff. 60,000 people in unison, bro. Yo, one of the funny moments, so this happened after I ended stream on Sunday, Exit, but I did record myself realizing it. There's a couple that I actually need to make a clip of because I reacted to it. So at one point, Alexis McAllister goes to put his Argentine flag around Allison's neck, and now obviously Allie's Brazilian, they're big rivals, and Allie was allowed to put it around the neck, and he held it there, and then Allie kind of okay, I'm gonna walk away, you're gonna have that on your neck for this picture, and then Allie, whose hands are kind of full at the time, is starts squirming to get it off of him, and then McAllister takes it off. Eventually he actually does put it on Konate, and Konate's, first off, Konate and McAllister have a little bromance that I love. Secondly, Konate kind of let him do it for a little bit. And that's kind of I'm sure there's some cynical French fans who are they beat us in the World Cup 3 years ago, and you're going to let him put their flag around your neck? But it was all in good fun. The other thing that was meant in good fun, but wasn't good fun was, now keep in mind, sometimes you'll have non-alcoholic champagne and stuff for these moments for the Muslim players. Oftentimes you before you start spraying the alcoholic, if that's what you do have, you'll give a moment for the Muslim players to step away. Okay, you often give them that respect. We've done it multiple times throughout the years with our Muslim players. But Darwin Nunez, unfortunately, as we're celebrating now, again, thankfully it was non-alcoholic champagne, but he starts to get the bottle ready and he starts to go put it on Mo, but he doesn't do it right away, which is almost indicative of him knowing that he shouldn't do it because of the Muslim aspect, right? And then so he doesn't do it right away. He holds it, and then he sits with it, okay? And then Mo's laughing, playing along, haha, funny, joke about it, but don't do it. And then Mo's putting his hand up, don't do it. But then eventually Darwin now he doesn't full spray him, but he does a little bit, right? And it was, in the moment, I'm literally watching it, and I go, no, don't do it. No, Darwin, no, Darwin, no. And that's how I was no, what are you doing, Darwin? And then later I found out, thankfully, it was non-alcoholic. Yo, what up, Water? Sounds good. No, dude. Okay, in my route, what has Lux put in the general chat? Hold on. All right, we'll move on from this. I love Liverpool. You'll Never Walk Alone. Premier League champions. Can we peep what diabolical thing that Water, I need you to look away. All right. This next 18 plus. I'm giving my disclaimer. Parental advisory. Boom. I'm not a gorilla, but Man, we need Matchy for that. I mean, for like him to see that, not for the other part. Hold on. So this is Cam's dad.
Dream was to someday be an NFL quarterback. You've had a long road in order to try to get to this. Not many people believed in you.
No, real talk. That's not a story that was talked about enough. And honestly, there's a lot of talk, a lot of it negative, and I can go on spiels about what's wrong with NIL, and the transfer portal, and give good suggestions, I believe, on how to fix it and how they should have done it from the jump. But one cool thing about the portal is you do have stories like Cam Ward. Cam Ward was a 0-star recruit who ended up as the #1 overall recruit in the NFL draft. What a story. If that's not American dream shit, I don't know what is. Like, 0-star recruit out of high school to the #1 overall pick. His first college was something like the School of the Incarnate. When you're using words like incarnate, bruh, I mean, my word. And then, of course, he moves, and then he ends up in Miami. I'm blanking on where he went in between. Maryland? No. Anyways, why don't I know this? Anyways, what a cool story, and that's not focused enough. Like, 0-star recruit.
A lot of people doubted you, but you didn't care. From UIW to...
I don't think it's a lifetime VIP, is it? So I need to change that. Yeah, it's VIP for a month. For actually 69 days. It's for 2 months and 9 days. I need to change that. It says 30 on one spot, it says 69 days, on the other it says 30 days. I do reserve the right to yoink that back if you're acting out of pocket, or if like a real life friend randomly finds my stream and I'm out of VIP slots, I'll yoink it back. Washington State, thank you.
Washington State.
Oh, he would have told me if I would have been patient.
It's been a whirlwind. I'm very proud of you. Again, you've overcome a lot of obstacles. You've given hope to a nation full of 0 stars who have seen your path and know that they now have a chance to be successful. Knowing you, and I know tonight the only thing you're gonna want is for Commissioner Roger Goodell to give you your cap, and then you're gonna turn to the team and ask them for the playbook and be ready to go to work.
Thank you, Sel. It's kind of I'm a scrub. Definitely should have swapped off of that a long time ago. I had no idea. You're the best.
As your father, I challenge you tonight to just soak this moment in, if only for one night. I want you to go back and I want you to dream of this a kid back in West Columbia, Texas, 7 years old, wants to play football for the first time. At the end of your high school days, you have one offer, and you say, hey, I'm gonna take this offer. Took that one offer, and just imagine doing your dream. It gets so hectic. At the end of the dream, you end up at a place called Miami, Florida, University of Miami Hurricanes. And while playing at the University of Miami Hurricanes, in your dream, you become a consensus All-American. ACC Player of the Year, ACC Offensive Player of the Year.
Bro, the gas from Pops hits different. There is nothing like gas from Pops.
David O'Brien Award winning.
It doesn't even have to be your Pops necessarily, but just a dad figure that you respect and that you revere and want to emulate and imitate.
Manning Award winner, and then finally a Heisman Trophy finalist. It's all a dream. This is all a dream. But then one day you wake up and that little kid was you. You're now on the doorsteps of the NFL. Your mom and I are very proud of you. We know that you have a whole lot more to offer, and we know that you're one of one. Love you, son.
Yes, sir. I respect moms. He's just somebody who taught me everything. He played the position at quarterback throughout his days when he was playing football. He's someone who sacrificed everything financially to get me where I am. There was days in high school where we wake up at 5 a.m. and we would drive 6 hours to go to.
Dude, 5 a.m., 6 hours across Texas for your son on Saturday, dude. And the thing is, there's parents all over this country, all over this world, who do that, who do those sacrifices, who maybe they're only
camps all the way across Texas. And so I never forget everything. He makes sure I never forget everything of what people said about me, what they would say about me. So I'm blessed to have him as a father.
Dude, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. I'm ready to run through a wall for him. Yeah, dude. Tons of parents, only day off, maybe for a few weeks, and they get up crack of dawn to go take their kids to play a sport. And then sometimes it's sad to think about how many kids probably just wish they were back home playing Fortnite instead and not realizing the sacrifice and all that. Ooh, that one hit me in the feels. Yo, we have 3 more, but I'm probably going to save these for next week. No, I'll do this one because it's funny looking. So, okay, we're going to do all 3. We're going to do these quick. Quick. Watch, this is going to go. Everyone focus up. This is where it gets good. So, 1. Welcome back to my favorite game of Chihuahua or Muffin. Ooh, that's got me in my feels. Little game of Chihuahua or Muffin. This is funny. Obviously, it's pretty easy to tell, I think. Some of them, though, like this one, the second from the left, second from the bottom. I wish you can see my mouse. Hilarious. The bottom right one, yeah, that one's a little out there. At first glance, I wish you can see my cursor. So far right, second from the top. At first glance, I just thought it was like crooked eye. One of them was crooked eyed, like one of the dogs, not one of his eyes. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay, so there's that. Now here's what's great. So again, one thing I love is when we can tie stuff back in together. Like earlier, we were in Atlanta and the car drove off of the ledge. And then later, the dude kicking the rocks kicks the rock into the little stopper thing. We've had follow-ups on like the eagles in California, right? First, we saw that there was a mom eagle badass. Then she had the eggs and she was protecting in the storm. Then we saw the eggs hatch. Then we saw her feeding the kids. So now this one isn't a follow-up to a Nuesday, but it is a follow-up to a conversation that we had last night in stream. I asked people in chat to give me their Georgia Mount Rushmore. It could be anybody. It could be for science. It could be for music, for television, anything. It could be for cultural influence, advancement on the human race, right? Could be profound or not. And I typed up mine kind of facetiously, but not, James Brown, Donald Glover, Outkast, and me. And this was literally a conversation last night, and we were talking about Outkast. We wound up listening to Outkast for like 30 minutes straight, and then boom. This news probably broke while I was streaming live and I had no idea. But the homies Outkast will be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Speaking of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we have a Cleveland native in the chat. Shout out Cleveland. That's where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. I'm pretty sure. Is it Cincinnati? No, it's Cleveland for sure. We love Outkast. Okay, and then this last one is maybe the coolest story of the day. I have watched all of this, but if you're there, if you're lurking, lock in for at least this one. This one's actually wicked. Okay. Strap in.
Island accidentally owns one of the most valuable pieces of digital real estate in the world. When internet architects assigned country domains in 1995, Anguilla received .ai, a code that decades later...
Okay, so we already know where this is going. Now, also, we've been playing a lot of GeoGuessr, and the domain names is actually a big deal in GeoGuessr, right? It's an easy way to find what country you're in when you see, like, a website and then .nz or whatever, right?
Would become synonymous with
Cleveland?
artificial intelligence. For years, the island nation collected modest $140 fees every 2 years whenever someone registered a .ai website. But when
basically $70 a year they made from places, entities making .ai websites.
ChatGPT launched in 2022, it triggered a digital gold rush. Today, tech giants like Google and Microsoft, among many others, pay millions for .ai domains, transforming Anguilla's finances. Anguilla's economy was devastated by Hurricane Irma and a drop in tourism in 2020, so this domain revenue surge comes at the perfect moment. In 2024, they earned roughly $39 million from domain registrations, which accounted for over 20% of government revenue. Officials are using these profits to expand the airport runway, allowing direct international flights to boost.
That's actually a smart way to put it back into your country to help the tourism get back to where it was, or even better.
Tourism. While it's still unclear if this explosive growth will continue long-term or eventually plateau, for now, the country and its 16,000 residents will take advantage of its unexpected digital gold mine.
Hell yeah. That's so dope. All right, and that is Newsday for April 29th. Very cool. Dude, they're making millions off that now. That's so clutch. So clutch. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like it's just me and you, Lux. I appreciate you being here for essentially the whole time. You're a real one. And because of that, you're going to get a nice thing of Creed seed, although underscores suck.